Hello, boys and girls. This is Aunt Fernita, and I have a wonderful story for you called Abram to the Rescue. Today's memory verse is from Genesis chapter 14, verse 24. It says, "I will accept nothing belonging to you." The message for today's story is we serve others out of love. Who helps you when you are in trouble or afraid? Abram helped Lot when some enemies captured him. This is how it happened. Abram sat near the door to his tent, enjoying the fresh breeze. Suddenly he stood up and put his hand above his eyes to shade the sun. He could see a man running towards him. Abram walked out to meet him. "Oh, Abram," the man gasped, "there's been a great battle. The king of Sodom and 4 other kings went to war against their enemies." The man tried to catch his breath. Abram looked worried. His nephew Lot lived in Sodom. "What happened?" Abram asked. "The king of Sodom and the 4 other kings lost the battle. The enemy kings captured Sodom and another city. They carried away all the food and the gold and the animals and the people. They took your nephew Lot and his family too." "You rest here," Abram said. Then he went to pray. He asked God to guide him. Soon after, Abram gathered his soldiers and told them his plan. 3 neighbors and their men joined him. They would find the enemy kings and follow them, but they would wait to attack until the enemy had made camp for the night. That night they surprised the enemy kings. The startled enemy kings ran away, leaving behind the gold, the food, the animals, and the people. "Oh, Uncle," exclaimed Lot when he saw Abram, "I'm so glad to see you." "Let's go home," Abram said. So the people gathered the gold and the food and the animals and followed Abram. Abram had won the battle, and that gave him the right to keep those people and all their things if he wanted to. As they neared Lot's home, 2 men came out to meet them. Melchizedek, the king of a city named Salem and a priest of God, brought food to Abram and his men. He blessed Abram and said, "God, the Most High, delivered your enemies into your hand." Abram knew that God had won the victory for him. He was so grateful that he gave God's tithe. That's 1 out of every 10 animals and pieces of gold to Melchizedek, God's priest. The other man, the king of Sodom, said to Abram, "Give me back the people and keep everything else for yourself." He knew that they should all belong to Abram because Abram won the battle. But Abram didn't want anything. "I didn't go to battle to get rich," he said. "I will accept nothing." Abram asked just for the food his men had already eaten and for shares for the 3 neighbors who helped him. Abram was happy to serve others out of love, and we can serve others out of love too.
This podcast was brought to you by Gracelink.net and Studio El Piso. For more children's resources, please visit Gracelink.net.